And welcome back. My name is James. I'm investing with your club. So, how do you start an investment group? Oh, we have a video that we just made of some of the five major points that you're going to need, like your name, getting the word out, grabbing the investors that you want to invest with, and then nailing down the nitty gritty. All right. So, a small, brief episode of that video's um, just out on YouTube. Then now we go to investing with your club. First thing that you're going to need to do after you invest with your club is you're going to need to open an account. So the bank account right now is pretty much the most vital thing that you can think of, because a lot of banks are shutting down investment groups that deal with cryptocurrencies. However, though, there's a few that allow everyone to buy and sell, especially if you have a USA or vet. So you can always tell them to open up a checking account, a personal checking account, then open up a another account like for Chase. Put the money into the Chase bank account, and you can tell Chase that we're starting an investment group, and we're going to be dealing with alternative investments like real estate, like other small businesses. And so, with that being said, they'll allow you to open up the account. And then, once everyone agrees on how much money that they're going to want to invest in, you put the money in, and then you move a large amount of money, not all at once, but a large amount of money over into the USA account every once in a while. So just don't make it real obvious, and as long as it's underneath $9,000, $10,000, you're fine. So then you can move on your USA account or to another bank account that allows you to do cryptocurrency, and and then move it off to Coinbase. So Coinbase right now is pretty much the most recommendable place for you to buy or sell your your currency, your Bitcoin, off to back to US dollars. All right? So right now Bitcoin is losing its shirt. I'm loving it because I'm buying the fire out of it. So we'll see what happens. But to register, all you do is click sign up, and then it'll just go through a couple terms, create an account, and it'll start asking you some more personal questions. Now there are some great YouTube videos on how to set up Coinbase to really help you know you guys out. It'll take you step by step, moment by moment, and really get down to the nitty gritty of what you need to do to have your bank connect with Coinbase account that you just created to move the money over. Once that once that's done, then you need to get back with your investment group, or before you do that, what one of the exchanges that you're going to want to open up, for to exchange Bitcoin to different altcoins, is either Bittrex or Binance. Those are two very well popular and well funded exchanges that have large budgets for security. With everything being 100% digital now, hackers are really trying to break into Bittrex and in Binance. At least knowing that these companies will refund your money if the account gets broken into under circumstances. So far, I personally have never had a problem with them. I've traded hundreds of thousands of times on them, and so it seems to be all well and out. So Bittrex is a U.S. based altcoin exchange that has hundreds and hundreds of exchanges, or has hundreds of different altcoins. So this is their market. You can scroll down to it, and you're seeing, okay, you've got a bunch of Bitcoin to to these altcoins, and it's all down. Let's see. Is it all down? Well, yeah, it is. Well, it looks like this one coin, Raven coin, it's down 100%. You know what that means? Turned out it was a scam, and they're slowly taking it off the exchange. That's what that means. But then, right currently at this time, there's only about 5% of altcoins that are up right now. The breakout stake coin was always a good one. The Neos coin, and of course the Iran coin Iron coin is probably one of the newest, more recommendable altcoins that are currently out at this time. All the rest of them are going down just because right now everyone's bailing out or has stop losses to their account, and so those stop losses are actually executing right now and bringing the price down even more. Personally, I never recommend stop losses because the volatility in this market does large, wide strings. And so, with that said, I've actually held on to a stock for 7 months and it finally sold again. So I either would have lost money if I sold it, or just waited to either break even or make a little profit off of that. And also another reason why I never do stop losses is because there's always small groups of people out there called well, it's not stop and rob. It's it's where they all get together saying, okay, at 5:55 p.m. we're all gonna buy, this one altcoin, and then you'll see it go way up, and then everyone else will jump on it because they're all wanting. There's something big's going on, and in reality, it's just a bunch of people pump and dump. That's what it's called. In reality, people are just pump their money in, waiting for other people to jump in because something is being moved in that stock, and then they'll immediately sell it for a profit, get out, and everyone else who bought at the top, well, they're just left holding the bag. And the chances of them ever, selling at that price again it's either never or you're going to be waiting a very long time. So that's the reason why I personally like to sell multiple times a day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and I'll show you my exchange here at a different time. But with that said, you can either open up a Bittrex account or a Binance account, and it's also another very popular exchange that's out there that your group can open up. And my recommendation for both of y'all, for both of these, is to make sure your 2 forms of authentication is turned on. So that means somebody's going to put Google Authenticator on their phone, and with that you'll be able to buy or open up the account with that number. So if anybody else wants to see what's going on with the exchange, well, they're going to either have to call that person up that has the exchange, or you do a remote video session, so everyone can take a look at what's going on with the exchange. It's doing multiple buys and sells, and life is really, really good because there's a lot of altcoins that are buying and selling, and they're making money. However, though, you're going to have some altcoins that you put money into, and they're going to drop. It's the nature of the game. Just wait and see what happens. Yeah, sure, you do your due diligence to make sure it's not a scam, and even if it is a scam, is it dropping because people are moving out, going from one altcoin to the other? Well, that's remained to be seen. But that's the reason why a group fund is awesome to have, because you get to share the risk, but also you're going to share the reward. All right? So, what's next? Develop an agenda. What type of fund or is it that you want to be? Is it you're going to just invest in real estate, ICOs, or chocolate bars, ICOs? Well, you get it, or puppy dogs and kitty cats. It's what are you going to invest in? There's so many different ICOs out there in the market. Do your research of which one is which. A lot of people just invest in their ICO just because. Hey, it looked good. Well, that's usually not a good reason. You know, I being a technical trader, I actually look for signs and symptoms of what's going on. So right now on my Bittrex exchange, I've invested. I said I just bought, the BTC break because break looked like it was going up. So, ooh wow, I'm doing a lot of buying and selling. Well, that's cool. Um, I'm a big believer in Ethereum. I got to tell you that much. Why Ethereum? Well, Ethereum is one of those legacy legal contracts that's going to be hard to manipulate once the contract is signed. Can't tell you how many times as a developer that I've actually signed an agreement with Company X. I work on A, B, and C of what the contract states. And then when it came time for me to get my money, turns out that X, Y, and Z, and also A, B, and C was on the contract. Well, my contract doesn't have that. So I just got screwed out of a couple $1,000 because it's the guy with usually the most money wins when it comes with those contracts. However, though, with Ethereum, in my opinion, is we're get my if my contract would have changed and the company changed it, it would have immediately notified me and asked for a resignature. Well, guess what? Companies can't screw over contractors anymore, and there's a lot of altcoins that are on Ethereum that is verifying and validating that type of scenario. And I'm a big investor and believer in those different areas. All right. So like I said, I'm a big believer in Ethereum, but don't take my word on it. Do your due diligence. A lot of people are involved with the real estate, land deals. Um, find out where all your wine's coming from, and your hamburger. One company out there is actually building a blockchain, finding out the DNA structure of the protein that's in your beef. Where is it going to? Who is it being shipped to? What what temperatures is the beef after the cow's been slaughtered, and and all a bunch of information by the time it's on your plate. Now, if you get sick from from that meat, with some sort of not natural born illness, but of a virus or a bacteria or something that came along and attached itself to you before you ate it, well, they'll be able to take on that blockchain and validate and verify where it came from your plate to the cow. And so they'll be able to know it's like, yes, plant number 472 had this, and a lot of other bad issues came from plant number 472. So now we know to go to in a lot less time, shut down the plant, clean the plant, and get it back up and running before any more people get sick from it. And same thing, for people who are going from on the wine, wine, love beer. So you'll get to find out from which hop it came from to the spec it came out of. It's once again the blockchain is really helping validate a lot of things to either make it better, improve the quality, or stop a lot of people from getting sick. That's what I like about it. Also, in effect, I'll tell you a story and then move on. Is is another company is out there to make sure that people's information doesn't change. For instance, bank out in Scotland, rich man comes in after divorces his wife. Well, the ex-wife has all the money, so the rich man pays off this teller. Since most banks have a centralized banking system, the teller changed the information to allow the ex-husband back on her account. After that was done, ex-husband goes in, cleans the account, and then goes back to the teller, says, listen, my lawyer says I can't be on the account. We change it back. Teller change it back. Wife, ex-wife comes in to get money out. Money's gone. What happened? She's the only one who has access to account. So she must have did it, right? Well, the whole story goes is with these centralized databases, you can have one person change, information without anybody else knowing, resulting in some very negative consequences. Well, the neat thing about that is even with the blockchain now, even though that one person might have access to change the information, it's going to affect everyone else in the blockchain. So somebody's going to pick up it within a moment's notice and says, no, this shouldn't be allowed. Let's go ahead and delete it. And then having a replicated version of that information that was changed put back into the blockchain of where it was at, and then everything else is fine. So that's what I find fascinating. Like I said, there's a lot of great technologies out there. However, though, there's a lot of them I just don't understand. I mean, my background is in cryptology, computer science, and mathematics. Now, you start hyping up of how much money I'm going to make off of another product that's coming out that's on blockchain, and you can't give me the technicalities of it. I'm just not going to invest in you. It's just not going to happen. So yeah. So develop your agenda. Find out which, after everything goes through, after your bank account's been synced, your money's been transferred over into Coinbase, and you have Bitcoin, and the exchange that you're on is now fully authenticated, and you can move the money over from point A to point B. Once again, folks, on a side note, when you move over from your Coinbase wallet to the exchange, put in 10 cents. You just move a small amount over. All right? Then you'll be able to get it up and running. So yeah. All right. So going back to the agenda, realize that what you're investing in, and the theories that are going on, and what y'all believe in as an investment group, that's the way to go. So what's next? What about researching potential investments? That's a big deal, folks. Your first investment, your first transaction goes through. When is the right time to do it? What is your long-term goal? If you're going to be the inevitable investor that believes in everyone who's working on the real estate deal, invest in the real estate deals. That's inevitable. That'll help you out in the long term because once again, the cause that you have concern of the technology that's being provided, you will see, if everything else goes well, you will see the value of your intuition become very profitable at the end. Once again, folks, it's not going to happen overnight. You're not going to double your money in 20 seconds. Maybe in 30 seconds, but not in 20 seconds. All right? So so like I said, research that first investment. That is the way to go, and you're able to, you know, be successful. And even if the ICO, the company fails, you've invested in money into a corporation that believed in the cause of hopefully continuing and developing further technologies in the areas that you believe in. It's a lot easier to swallow if the company does fail in what you believe in than the company you didn't know about failed, and you're going, well, that was dumb. So so invest as a group. Finalize your choices, what your first investment is, and and then what? Invest in a group. Investing in a group is pretty much, inevitable. This is an investment that you're dealing with, unless the group tells you you just deal with it. Invest in a group and all agree with, these are the altcoins that I'm going to be investing in. These are the ICOs that I'm going to be investing in to really help out, hopefully, another second income. So yeah, so that's, review all, and also, after you sell out of an investment, regroup as an investment group, look at your finances, give a presentation of, when you invested in it, what happened, what information went through, did the stock go up or down until you sold it, and just get them. This is all about trust, because I've seen a lot of investment groups really break apart because the money started being made, the trust just wasn't there anymore. That's, that's sad. So, once again, and if one of your investors comes in and says, "Hey, what about X, Y, and Z?" and you don't know it, tell them you don't know it. Say, "Listen, I will. Let me get after it. If you don't need that answer now, then let me go ahead and give you the information when I find out." Sometimes you can call me. Other times you can actually call, the guy that's sitting across from you from work. He might know. But still, this is always, an issue of trust. Investing in a group is fun because once again you get to alleviate, being alleviate the risk. Just knock it down a couple inches. But the reward is even awesome as when you're celebrating it with a group. And then the last one here I've got is have fun. This is Bitcoin, this crypto. You can yell at it, you can scream at it. It's you got to realize it's ones and zeros, man. Can't do anything about it. The people that's working on it, if you're wanting to curse them, well, they probably have hundreds of thousands of other people wanting to curse them too. So, you know, there are each of these ICOs that they're telling you how great the product is and what's coming up. Either has it has a Tether account. It's a downloadable app that's free. They have their website that keep you updated on what's going on, which being a one-man team, I'm a little lacking, but it's 10:30, so I'll be updating the website here soon, and also we'll just keep everyone informed. If you are having a really bad time because the market is dipping like it is now, then tell the group. Say, listen, man, we're losing our shirts. But once again, we're a long-term investment crypto group. We knew that the market's going to be volatile. And if anybody wants to take their funds out at a loss, then allow them to. However, though, once again, there are major swings in crypto, and if you could just wait a day, that might be it. Or it might take 2 weeks or 3 months to get back on track. But once again, this is crypto. This is a brand new area that we're dealing with, and it's once again it's pretty fascinating. The rewards sometimes can be huge, but you really got to make sure that you don't try to screw over people. So let's see. In fact, I'm real curious now. At the time of this recording, let's see, Bitcoin was down 5%. What? Ooh, what's down? Bitcoin Gold's down 25%. Ooh, boy. Now's the time to buy. Oh, well. I just bought more Bitcoin. And of course, only 9% of Ethereum market's down. Everyone's putting their money into the safe haven of TrueUSD. And same thing with Bitcoin. I gotta check out this Raven stuff. Oh. Okay. Well, that could be the reason why Raven's down 100%. So Raven was started at $2 a coin if you had any Raven, and now it's down 31 cents of Bitcoin. All right. So the Raven coin, which I have absolutely no idea what that is, is a brand new altcoin that started on the exchange yesterday. So, or actually today. Yeah, today. So you get to see a birth of a new coin on the exchange. I'm sure these guys have been working on it for years, but now it's paying off. Awesome. And so they're the reason the market came down. No, I'm just joking. But as an investment group, once again, it's pretty awesome. What was that software that I was looking at? Well, in fact, I'll show it to you the next screen. All right. Thanks. We are out of here.